Alright, the 2600, the Atari 2600 was the console that revolutionized gaming so much that it became the most popular arcade system back in the 70s and the 80s, if you'd like to count. And it has been like 40 years since the Atari 2600 has been released. And to celebrate that, I was going to review a game that came packaged with the 2600 initially. It was Combat. However, I couldn't find Combat in this emulator site. You know, I don't have a 2600 myself, so I had to use an emulator. But I couldn't download an emulator because I didn't know how to use it and whatnot. And I don't feel like using an emulator here, since this computer is just bad at using an emulator. I'm not sure, I just didn't feel like using an emulator, okay? And here in this site, they for some reason don't have Combat. I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, I can't. But yeah, they don't have Combat. So instead I'm just gonna review a game that has later on been packaged instead of the Atari 2600. That has been packaged with the Atari 2600 when this game was being developed, I mean. So this is Pac-Man for the Atari 2600. And for what I've heard, it's an awful port. Oh boy, where am I gonna get myself into? I was going to get a screen recorder for this, but I couldn't find a good one, nor an editing software, a good one. So expect some cringeworthy mistakes here. I don't have a script or anything, just a few notes in the back of the room, which you will not see because I actually removed them afterwards. But anyway, let's start playing the game. Oh boy, where do I begin? The graphics are awful. In terms of gameplay, however, not much has changed, but first of all, the thing that I can tell is bad is the fact that all the ghosts chase you at once. Why? I mean, it happens in a random time. Oh, look, see? 3 of the ghosts over there. The truth is all 4 ghosts actually appear at the same time, but it's just that they keep colliding against each other, giving the illusion that only 2 of them are there. And not only that, due to the fact that there's very little color in the 2600, more accurately this game, I couldn't tell which one's Pinky, Inky, or who are the other characters? Well, I know that there's Pinky, Inky, and Clyde. Please, Pac-Man, I wonder where's the 4th one. I hope you guys don't get mad at me for that. Well, I know that one's an ambusher, one is separately called Stupid, the other are just simply chase Pac-Man. But here I can't tell the difference between any of these jokes. Look at the graphics. Do they even count as graphics? They count like a pixelated, flickering mess. But I don't see how this is considered one of the worst games on the Atari 2600. I mean, come on, people. In terms of gameplay, nothing's basically changed. The graphics are horrible, I'll give it that. And the fact that the ghosts are flickering, it's bad. I will also give it that. It's bad. But anything else is the exact same Pac-Man that you all know and love, with a slightly different maze. And from what I've heard, there are other versions of Pac-Man out there, but are much better than this on the 2600. I'm not sure if they were actually officially released, though. I'm not sure if they're just simple fan hacks or something. Anyway, I'm about to finish the game now. And that's pretty much all that I have to say about Pac-Man. Alright, let's go chomp the last pellet. And I'm done. Now I never have to touch that mess again. Okay, to basically summarize my opinion, Pac-Man isn't at all a bad game. It has terrible graphics, terrible and annoying sound effects that are even worse than the arcade version, I'll give them that. And even the fact that the ghosts are flickering and it disorients you and there's pretty much little to no color. If you thought blue and black was bad, how about light blue and yellowish orange? But I have to say, aside from the graphics, How is Pac-Man considered a bad game for the 2600? I see it okay as an okay game as long as the graphics, as long as the gameplay hasn't changed or been bugged in some way, like Sonic Genesis, for example. This game is completely fine. I mean, sure, it's boring, sure, the graphics look, again, the graphics look lackluster, but it's completely okay. And well, however, I do prefer combat over this, but still, this Pac-Man is still an okay game to play on the 2600. So I don't know why you people are always mad at this. So again, I don't know why you guys are mad at this game. Also, I hope you enjoy this Angry Video Game Nerd parody, because I actually always wanted to do an Angry Video Game Nerd parody, and I always wanted to do a video game review, and now I managed to do it. So expect at least 2 more episodes coming the same month. And no, I'm not gonna make any Halloween videos, sadly. Anyway, see you next time, and I hope you had a good one.